Moving on, the European Union has failed to agree on a more than $50 billion package of assistance for Ukraine at a two-day meeting in Brussels. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has so far refused to lift his veto, but leaders are confident that the deal is within reach. DD India's Alex Carrier reports from Brussels.
Ukraine will have to wait at least a few more weeks to receive more than $50 billion worth of European support. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban refused to lift his country's veto on the new aid package as part of a broader negotiations over the EU's budget. But leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron, are confident that a deal is within reach, meaning they'll get back around the table here in January or early February to try and finalize an agreement. While Ukraine waits for that outcome, it also celebrates the decision by EU leaders to open its membership negotiations, a long process Kyiv has been eager to start. The negotiations are a 38-stage journey of reform and alignment with the European Union, one that could take a decade. Nevertheless, the European Commission's president says the move sends a clear message.
In a world that is shaken by multiple crises, it's an investment in stability, it's an investment in security of our continent, but of course it's also an investment in prosperity for our continent, and it's a big investment in democracies.
The EU's 27 heads of state also discussed the conflict in the Middle East, with a majority of member states wanting the bloc to call for a ceasefire. They discussed that and potential sanctions against Hamas and Israeli settlers in the West Bank, but stopped short of making any decisions or formal announcements. It's been a long and at times tense meeting of the EU's 27 leaders. They leave Brussels with more work to do on aid for Kyiv and their position on the war in Gaza, but also in the knowledge that Ukraine is one step closer to European Union membership. Alex Carrier in Brussels reporting for DD India.
And this comes as a series of explosions resounded throughout the Ukraine capital Kiev early on Saturday as air defense units engaged Russian drones. Explosions were reported on both banks of the Dnipro River that runs through the city. There were no immediate reports of casualties or serious damage. A new series of explosions hit areas near Kiev's central districts. The witness said air raid sirens went off on the eastern bank of the Dnipro River, but on the western bank, police warned residents of the air raid through loudspeakers.